ABC 36 photographer Ryan Kendall had never been to a cockfighting pit.
When you walk in, there was this stuff floating in the air, and it took me a minute to realize what it was, but it was little chunks of feather.
He and a private investigator working for the Humane Society of the United States settled in to watch the 2009 World Championship.
Not a lot of eye contact unless people were betting with each other.
A lot of money is changing hands here. Winners can win tens of thousands.
Betting from the least I saw were $10 bets, the most I saw was $500 bet.
Just like boxing, the cocks start out in the corners and come out fighting. What you can't see from the hidden camera are the weapons of the sport attached to the rooster's legs.
This is called a long knife, short knife, and the gaff. These are the three primary weapons used in the United States in cockfights.
It's a bloody fight to the death.
I've seen horrible injuries in a cockfighting pit. I've seen a bird who was ripped open from the knife on his opponent's heels, and his intestines had come out and were tangled up on his opponent's feet. I've seen birds where you could see the internal organs moving when they took a breath. This is not just two birds pecking at each other. It is a knife fight between roosters.
One match during our visit lasted nearly half an hour.
That was just an abnormal fight. I would say that those birds are very well conditioned, very well trained to be able to carry on a fight that long. It was surprising that they didn't call a winner.
The Montgomery County pit is well known. 4 years ago, state police raided it, known then as Spring Brook Farm. Kids as young as 12 years old were there, participants puzzled by the police presence.
Once you fall in love with chicken fighting, you can't hardly get out.
Cockfighting is just a agricultural, tradition in states like Kentucky.
You'd have to be kind of an active participant to understand the thrill of it.
More than 500 people were arrested and charged with a misdemeanor.
A local judge who misinterpreted the law threw the charges out.
This is the first season they're back in business, reorganized under a new owner from Louisiana and a new name, Bayou Springs.
Louisiana banned cockfighting, went into effect last year, and this person determined that Kentucky was the best place to go set up this gambling house, this criminal operation, because the laws here are so anemic.
Kentucky is now a destination for cockfighting. It is one of only 11 states in what is called the cockfighting corridor, where it is still a misdemeanor crime.
And that just goes to show that the states with the weakest penalties for this crime become a magnet for the criminals that are involved in cockfighting.
But it is a federal crime.
Well, about 3 years ago, the U.S. Congress passed a federal law making it a felony to transport birds or the razor-sharp paraphernalia that they use across state lines. So we knew that it was a problem in Kentucky because Kentucky has a very weak law in the state legislature against it.
A federal law lacking enforcement.
I think it's well known to the officials in the area that this is going on.
A sport centered around illegal gambling.
These are gambling crimes. We find that these cockfighting pits attractive like a lot of narcotics trafficking.
Ultimately, it's up to the law enforcers and state legislators in Kentucky to determine if they want to take action on this.
Does that alarm you that we would be known as a safe haven?
I asked